Hello and welcome to Talking WoW, the podcast where we talk about World of Warcraft, believe it or not. My name is Tom, and today we are going to be talking about our New Year's resolutions in World of Warcraft, believe it or not. And to do that, I am joined by my co-host Marty. Hello.
Hello, I am here and I'm going to say a full sentence because I found out last time when I was editing, if I don't say a little bit, then that, screen where my name pops up next to me is going to be very short. But I think there should be time enough to put my name in there and introduce me. I'm here. Hello.
Wow, what a way to bring in the new year, Marty. Just with you actually saying a lot more words on your introduction.
That's my New Year's resolution, to talk more in my intro.
Brilliant. Well, you've already done that. So, we could just wrap this up here. Or we could actually talk about what we're here to do today, which is our goals for World of Warcraft for 2024, Marty. And I don't know, I'm just going to start with you. What's one of your goals for 2024 in World of Warcraft?
Oh.
I don't know why I keep saying in World of Warcraft. We know it's in World of Warcraft, right?
Is it in World of Warcraft?
Apparently so.
Okay. Just checking.
I'm just excited. I'm just very excited, Marty. Very excited. New year. New stuff.
New Year, same me, I think, when it comes to World of Warcraft, because I am going to continue pursuing KSH, not KSM. I already got that. So that basically just means 2,500 rating in Mythic Plus. So that is the first goal, and in short succession after that comes to get all the portals for the Mythic Plus dungeons. That is my resolution, to get that done, and I'm really close. So I think I got 2 out of the 7 portals, so 5 more to go.
Oh, have you done this before, or is this a new goal?
I have done this before, but it was never a goal to do so. When I did it, it was just sort of I was helping out friends, and all of a sudden, I just hit 2,500 rating, and I was so close at getting all the portals. I was like, hey, I might as well just try and get the portals as well. So it was never like a goal from the get-go, but it definitely is for this season.
All right, well, I feel like you kind of cheated that you're almost there with your goal, but hey, it's a nice little easy one to start, because I'm going to say the same thing. Not the same thing that you just said, but I have a goal. It's sort of in progress, but it's going to be a goal for this year as well. And
But this is New Year resolutions, right?
Yeah.
And not just New Year's resolution, so plural. So it's not the only
No,
one.
You got more than one, yeah. You got more than one, thankfully.
Yeah, okay.
Thankfully.
Just checking.
Thankfully, that's not your only one, because, But anyway, I'm sort of on the train here. I've got one that's in progress, and that is, and especially because, with the way the game is going, we're getting war bands. We're going to, get a more alt-friendly game, which, Dragonflight came along and made the game more alt-friendly, and the War Within is going to do that even more so with warbands. And with that in mind, I'm going to continue leveling up every single character to max level before the expansion, the War Within, launches. And as somebody that only ever really played one class from the Burning Crusade all the way up to Dragonflight, I had no interest in ults. It felt detrimental to have ults sometimes, because it's I don't want to do that rep grind again. I don't want to farm gear sets on other characters as well. But hey, the game has evolved. The game has got more friendlier to having multiple characters, and now I feel like it's almost being encouraged, Marty.
I find it so interesting as well that you are being I want to play more ults these days, where, it's not that I'm going to banning my ults and stuff, but I feel like I'm starting to, narrow things down a little bit, instead of just having all the ults. I'm so I actually just enjoy playing these. I'm actually getting less ults. I'm getting a little bit more focused on 2 or 3 of them instead. So it's sort of almost we switched places a little bit.
We did. I'd rather have one of everything and not really be good at anything. You know what I mean? Just have this complete army of heroes that they're fun to play, but hey, you've never really been able to spend enough time to master the class. But hey, Marty, maybe this segues into something else that you want to do this year with regards to mastering multiple classes.
I do. I have a little resolution that I share with Molly from our community, and that is to do the Mage Tower, because I have recently been reintroduced to the Mage Tower. I did the Mage Tower back in the day when it was from Legion.
So you're just doing the Mage Tower, what, once?
So how it works is that I did it back then. I just did it on my main, which is a Holy Priest. I've done it back then. But these days, there is it got reintroduced, got put back into the game. There's now an achievement for doing all classes and all specs.
Cool.
So that is quite the thing, because there's a lot of classes I don't play that well, if at all. So it's going to be a little bit interesting, that one. But I have started a little bit, because that's how I got reintroduced to it right before New Year's, where I did it as a disc priest, and I had so much fun doing it.
Is the Mage Tower up all the time, or is that only during Legion time walking?
It's up all the time now.
Oh, okay. So you have plenty of time to practice. And I know you've got all the characters pretty much to have a good...
It doesn't matter. That's the good thing. It doesn't really matter, because you get scaled down. So even though there are some classes that I haven't leveled beyond 60, it's fine, because the level is actually 45. So you'll get scaled down to level 45. Your gear will as well. So one of the things that without going into too many details, but one of the things you can do is you can actually get old gear. If there's a cool trinket that could be useful, then you could go farm that, and then you will get scaled down to level 45.
Oh, so could you actually be level 45 while leveling and go do the Mage Tower? Wow,
I think so, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that I think...
It's time walking. It's basically time walking. That's what it is.
So yeah. Well, so what is the goal here, Marty? Is it to do it with every spec and class? Is that the end goal for this year?
That's the ultimate goal. Yeah.
Wow.
I think there is two. I think it's a two achievement thing, where the first part is just doing it with every class or every version of it. That's like seven different versions depending on what spec you are. But then the next one is doing it on every spec. So
okay, and I'm sure you can probably keep up to date with Marty's progress on this challenge this year over on our Twitch channel at Talking WoW, where you might get to see Marty pulling his hair out or not. I don't know, just saying words. But moving on, Marty, moving on from that epic challenge to perhaps an epic mount that I think I would like to finally acquire this year, because we did some mount runs last year and it was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Just going into old raids and doing that transmog farm and, getting mounts dropping that maybe you haven't had before.
Oh, I mean, that doesn't happen to me. I only get mounts that I already have,
So yeah, before we wrapped up for the holidays, we had a little stream where we did a Tempest Keep run, and Ashes of Allar dropped, and Marty already had it. So Marty traded it to me, and well, it was a big hurrah to end the streaming year on. And well, we may also have a friend, Bear from Bear's Adventures, who was on this podcast a little while ago, and we love Bear very much, and we know Bear has been trying to get that mount for a very long time. So we felt a little bit bad about it, actually. But that's what happened. But when you get one of these drops, it suddenly makes you go, ooh, I want to get that dopamine hit again. I really want to get that dopamine hit again. And one of the mounts, I think, it's eluded us both. And it's probably eluded many of you out there, listener. It's the Invincible mount from the Lich King. And, it's that one that people just want, right? I feel like if you were to list, what's the number one mount you want? And if you don't have it already, people are going to say, I want Invincible. Maybe you're not even going to use Invincible, but you just want it. And I think, Marty, this year, we got to put Invincible on our card to collect.
I mean, I don't have it, so I'll gladly come and join you and steal it from you. Share it with you. However that works.
What do you want, the front end or the back end?
Yeah, that's not a conversation we should have on this here.
Well, I thought as well, let's keep it realistic. Let's keep these resolutions something that can actually happen, right? That we can come back at the end of the year and look at this and say, okay, here's what we achieved. I'm not going to say things like, hey, I'm going to get the X45 Heartbreaker this year. I'm not going to say unrealistic things like that, Marty, okay?
Are you sort of just trying to reverse jinx yourself so you might get it this year? Is that what's going on right now?
No. It's never going to drop for me.
Okay.
It doesn't even exist, so I don't know why we're talking about it. Shut up, Marty.
Just joking.
So do you have any other resolutions that you want to achieve this year in World of Warcraft?
Only a cheesy, cringy one, and that is just to have fun in World of Warcraft, like every year.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Did I say boo? I meant woo. I mean, that's pretty cheesy. I meant boo because it's kind of cheesy, but woo because, we like a bit of cheese here as well.
How about you? Anything else? Anything else you have?
I don't think so. I think, like, getting the characters to level 70, that's gonna, take a little bit of time to do that. And it would be quite nice to, I know we were joking about it earlier, but it would be nice to get those characters in a place where I can pick up and play them, find a spec for each of those that I feel comfortable jumping on and playing as well, because that's sometimes the problem. And I don't know if you've ever used like a character boost or something as well, because I've got one of those sitting by, which I'm going to be using for a warlock. So that's sort of cheating as well, right? I could just buy them all to level 70. I'm not going to do that because I feel like you get to learn the classes as you're leveling them. But do you ever find that maybe if you've used a boost and then you're like, how do you play this? Like, I feel like I just need to level it to learn.
Absolutely. My monk is a great example of that because I boosted my monk and I never played it. And then the two of us did some streaming where I leveled the monk, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, that's the buttons you have to press. All right, now it all makes sense. So yeah, I totally get it.
That's our resolutions for World of Warcraft this year. But what about you out there? Well, we actually asked the community, Marty, didn't we? Asked our community over on social and other places what they were hoping to achieve this year in the game. So I'll start off, and we had the Exodaris, who said to be a great representative on accessibility within the Warcraft community. I mean, that's a great cause, and the game becoming more accessible for more players. We saw last year with the ping system coming in that features like that can be absolutely massive for so many players. And I think having those tools and even bringing the awareness of what that means to players in the game, very important cause. So that's a great resolution to kick us off here.
Absolutely. And I believe that the next one is a pretty good one as well. It is just like me. It's Helionix who says to get KSH one season, which why not now? Why not this season? But she also adds and to help at least 20 people get KSM, and I think that is so cool. I think that
they could help you. They could help you, and then that would help you get your resolution. And then
I already have KSM, so I'm not the target audience here. I have.
I got my KSMs and my KSHs mixed up.
Yeah, sorry.
New Year's resolution for me: learn the difference. Then we have our good friend Sapphire Rosa, who says, get KSM and AOTC at least once in my life, or once this year. So that's another KSM and ahead of the curve. I think you can do it, Saf. I think you can do it.
I think so too. And so far all these ones is something that could totally happen within the awesome Dungeon Dojo community. So
good job.
Just wanted to throw that in there. If you don't know what it is, look it up. Then the next on we have Beardo, kill stuff in Mythic. That's cool.
Beardo's probably done that already. So probably. Good job, Beardo. You've completed that resolution. What are we today? We're still in January and you've done it. So, very efficient. Well done, Big Bad Beardo. Then we have Neek, who says an achievable aim would be 800 mounts pre-War Within. And maybe guest on a certain podcast. Don't know what podcast we're talking about, but 800 mounts, Marty, before War Within. I mean, I'm holding my fingers up here. That's a lot of mounts.
It sure is, because I think that I checked earlier today, and I think I'm just shy of 400. So, yeah, maybe that should be a new resolution for me to get to that 400 mark. That should be easy enough, right?
It could be, but I'm assuming Neek has a few more mounts than you, so I don't know, it feels like the mount farming community, that collectible aspect of the game is really heightened now, and people are really pushing some high numbers. So I think, very doable. You get those lucky drops, especially if you don't have Invincible yet and it hasn't dropped for you. Just keep those fingers crossed, I suppose. It's maybe not in your control.
Then we have our good friend Sil, who says, getting all the Dragon Isles reps up to 20. And committing to Season of Discovery with one character at least. So yeah, 2 resolutions that just should be, pretty doable.
Yeah, how are you doing with your reps? Have you finished Dragonflight yet?
I still lag one, and that's the cave one.
It's a Niffin.
The Niffin, yeah. Low reputation, right?
Loam Niffin. Yeah, that I think that's the one. Like, a lot of people have said it drags on a little bit, but don't dig yourself into a hole, Marty. Just keep doing those world quests, doing those weeklies. You'll get it eventually.
I think that's the issue. The issue is that I don't do them.
You can also just buy the boost, right? Which sort of pains me to bring up, but you can buy the.
But
I think
with
edition.
The boost, that reputation is actually lower because you don't get that one that high. Loam is a little bit lower than the rest of them, and it's actually lower than what I got them at. So it wouldn't help me at all. So.
Oh, okay. Well, just totally disregard what I just said there. But yeah.
Because I might have already checked it out. I might already have looked into it.
Yeah, just like everything, really, just got to keep on grinding, and, War Within, we're going to get account-wide reputation. So it's going to be a little bit less painful in the future with regards to that. But that is the resolutions we had from our community. But what about you out there, listener? Let us know. Let us know what you're hoping to achieve in WoW this year. We'd very much love to hear that. And I'm sure we'll check in later in the year to just reflect on this ramble and see how well we did. I've been Tom. That's been Marty. And we've been talking WoW.
Thanks for tuning in, champion. Did you enjoy this episode of Talking WoW? If so, why not drop a review on your podcast catcher of choice, or leave us a comment? You can find Talking WoW on Twitter or YouTube over at Talking WoW. Hope to see you again soon.